Okay, so guys, so I have uploaded a video yesterday about on this game. It says native resolution, which I've set everything to first the resolution that is supposed to be native, which means in the graphic settings I was setting it to like 4K. It's not it. So I'm changing the resolution as we speak. Let's try 4K first. This one is 4K. So in 4K, you see the FPS is going up to around 132 FPS, and but it is actually not 4K. So I'm going to make sure the DLSS settings is correct. Advanced. So it's set to 58. So I turn it back to 100. And actually, I'm not sure if you guys can see on the very bottom left, there's a very faint, very small interface, which is the DLSS overlay of NVIDIA. It's toggleable from the registry, and it currently says the actual internal resolution, despite DLSS resolution set to 100, is 2573 and 1448. So it is supposed, I mean, right at 100% to be 4K, which is 3840 times 2160, right? But it's not. So the FPS that you are seeing here, although it looks above 100 most of the time, is actually fake. It's a fake FPS or fake resolution rather. So it's not native 4K. So in order to try what or how it runs at actual 4K, I've enabled DSR in the NVIDIA control panel, which allows me to go beyond 4K internal resolution in the game. So if I turn the resolution again to beyond 4K, which is I've preset it to 5461 to 2860, I think it says custom resolution in the DSR option, the lower one, because the other higher one, I believe that was 2.25, would be a super high resolution that even the 5090 can handle. I actually tried that just now, and the FPS was not good. I think it dipped below 60 in the boss fight. So I'm sticking to this resolution, and under this resolution, actually, I'm going to turn on just to make sure the DLSS is on point again. Again, it's set to 58 again for some reason. So I'm going to turn it all the way up to 100 and see what happens. So it's around 78. And the DLSS resolution, the internal resolution according to the DLSS overlay in this case is 3659 times 1930. So it is still a little bit below for the actual 4K resolution you want to see, but it's close, very close enough. And let's go into a boss fight and see what the FPS is like. So because I haven't tried on my 5090 on the very first day of this game launching, so it dips to around high 50s and 60s, right? So this it should be what the initial patch should look like, I suspect. Because I no longer have the old unpatched version, so I cannot compare. So even on the 5090, the FPS I think close to 4K would be around 50 something to 60. Let's go to an outdoor area and see. Graphically, I don't think that there's a great difference, but I just don't like the developers lying to us, especially for people buying the 5090. I think the point of it is to play at native 4K, not DLSS, right? Whenever possible. Of course, you've got games like Cyberpunk or Black Myth Wukong, which is impossible to do native 4K at the max settings. But for this kind of games, I mean, this is also a UE5 game, obviously, but graphically it's not as demanding, not nearly as demanding as Black Myth Wukong. So, some people will even call it like mediocre. It still looks good, I think, in max settings with all the RT stuff on. But yeah, I do agree that it's not as good looking as Black Myth Wukong. And they are now, I mean, the main thing is they are now using this fake resolution to optimize this game, which is not ideal. I think Daniel Owens just put out a video on this topic. You can go find his channel and see what his findings are. He's done a very detailed comparison using like different GPUs on this fake resolution. It does look, yeah, a little bit. It's still not native 4K, mind you. There's a 2.25 resolution that you can use. I think perhaps if you have something like an RTX Pro 6000, then you can try that, and that will give you native 4K or a little bit above. But I remember the internal resolution when I do the 2.25x thing on DSR is 39 something, so a little bit above 4K actually in that case. So this is a little bit low, so it's more like a DLSS quality, I suppose. So we even in outdoors we are getting the same kind of FPS, so the fluctuations is not that big indoors and outdoors, I suspect. But yeah, here you go. So for those who have 5090 and you definitely want to have native 4K despite a little bit dip in FPS, I would suggest you to turn on DSR in the NVIDIA control panel. You go to manage 3D settings and then you find DSR. You can only do it in the global settings. You cannot do it per game. So after you have turned on DSR to 1.78x or 2.25x, you still have to change your resolution of the desktop before going to the game. I think that's the proper way to do it. So you go to change resolution and you select the resolution that you want, either 2.25 and 1.78. And after those two steps, you can go into your game and don't forget to change the resolution to the higher setting, as I've just demonstrated. So for 1.78x, it's 5461 times 28x0, and according to the NVIDIA DLSS overlay, its internal resolution is 3659 times 1930. Yeah, so there you have it. Let me see. Actually, I think I can try to turn the resolution even a little bit higher here, because I did have that 2.25 settings set. No, actually no. I have to like change the desktop resolution to the higher resolution first before I can change the resolution in game. So yeah, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope the developers would actually fix the optimization for everyone. So because now they are making the high-end GPU users and happy because they do want native, and people like us do want to have the maximum graphics, which is the main goal of buying a high-end graphics card. It's not having like 1000 FPS in Counter-Strike. Is to have the best graphics yet, reaching 60 FPS or above. At least that's to me. I mean, I do not play competitive games on 5090. That's not my goal is. I mean, I do play some like Street Fighter 6, but that thing can be run on a potato because it's locked at 60 FPS during fights, ranked matches. So I don't think that game demands anything more than less, maybe a 3080 GPU. So that's something that I think the high-end users would not be too happy about if they just overall just basically change the internal resolution slider. Alright, that's it, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you're a high-end GPU user, if you're a low-end GPU user, I hope hope you find this helpful. And I'll see you again in the next demonstration video.